let's get back to an old favorite topic, botnets. So, botnets, you can hire them. You basically have thousands or hundreds of thousands of attacker zombie machines. And this is Aunt Lucy and Uncle Ernie's machines that are just doing normal stuff, but in the background. They are doing whatever you want them to do. So they will set up and tear down TCP connections in an attempt to use up all the server resources, starting with a flood. So this flood of requests will overwhelm servers that, even if they have a high rate of valid connections, will just overwhelm that. Because for every request, we're going to initiate a connection and eat up a connection. Typical botnet, it's software that runs automated tasks on the internet, performing simple repetitive tasks. And we have, like I said, hundreds or thousands or hundreds of thousands of systems that are used to launch our DDoS attack. A typical setup, you have an attacker, you have affiliates, you have malicious websites, and you have some kind of organization. So like, for example, I have an attacker here, and then I have control machines that are close to the zombies. So here are all the zombies. The command and control server is going to tell the zombies what to do. So I tell the command and control server what to do, and I'll have like hundreds or thousands of command and control servers. Each of these controls a little cluster of zombies. And so I send the message to all the CCSs, who in turn tell all of their mindless minions what to do, and all together we attack the victim. So how do you find vulnerable machines? We can randomly scan. We can do hit list scanning. So we could just scan machines to try to find vulnerabilities and see if we can infect them that way. We could then take a list of potential machines and try to find one that's vulnerable. We could just get information found on one infected machine, which might lead us to other vulnerable machines. Typically, this topological scanning is, well, what subnet are you on? Or we can have it be a local subnet, as opposed to maybe some other machine, like what domain are you in, and what subnets do you belong to, or does your domain have? We could just scan one particular subnet. Or we could have variations, what we call pseudo-random permutations of IP addresses, so that in case anyone's going, hey, wait a minute, we can be spoofing IP addresses so it looks like these requests are not coming from the same location. So how does malicious code propagate? Well, we have trusting human nature, we have social engineering ignorance, we have, hang on a second. Oh yeah, okay. Let me do this slide again. So how does malicious code propagate? Well, very typically through social engineering. People are trusting, or they don't realize they're being engineered, they're afraid of not complying, or they're greedy, or they have a sense of obligation to help. Ultimately, they click something they shouldn't. There are a number of botnet Trojans that we can use. These are only just a few. So that's our information on botnets.